Hey everybody, I just want to make a quick video about a bullet feeder that I've been using for 30 caliber bullets, specifically heavy 30 caliber bullets. Anyone else out there who's watching this and has ever tried to do heavy 30 caliber bullets through like the Mr. Bullet feeder has realized the Mr. Bullet feeder simply does not work for those heavier bullets. The flip ramp is too close to the collator plate, and something like this 220 grain Sierra Match King, as it falls out and hits the ramp and travels upward, there's not enough the ramp's not far enough out. There's too much weight on the nose here, so it's just going to stay horizontal, and it's going to jam your collator into the wall of the collator, or if it feeds, it might feed upside down. Usually it ends in a jam. I couldn't get them to feed at all. There's a wire mod out there. You can put a wire on there and delete the normal flip ramp and just use that wire mod. I didn't want to fool with all that, so I started looking and I found these bullet feeders. It's the BF556 bullet feeder. It's 3D printed. It is open source out on the web. I did have one of the main contributors, Jeff, print it for me. I don't want to say owner because there's been several contributors who have built this project where it's at. It's not a business. That's not how it's set up. And I just don't have a printer big enough. My printer's just a little too small for this size that I wanted, which is about a 10-inch collator plate. There's 3 different sizes. There's one that's actually larger than this, and there's one that's smaller. It's just about the same size as the Mr. Bullet feeder. So I just want to show you guys how it works and how it's set up. You got your dropper die. We're going to use this standard double alpha dropper die. Those work great, so we're going to stay with that. You've got a 3D printed dropper tube housing. You got a window here to see your bullets, and then you have a proximity sensor which picks up when there's metal in front of it. So when the bullet drops in front of it, it stops the collator, and that's adjustable. Usually I run mine all the way in because I want to make sure it's going to stop every time, and it has a threaded sleeve that holds it in place in there. I did super glue this housing, this sensor housing, because it is made to be a press fit, and I just found it moved too much with the moving tool head up and down. So I super glued it in place. He's got his own spring adapters here that are a twist and lock, if I can do it with one hand here. It's kind of hard to see with the light, and I know because it's black. Let me shine some light up here for you guys. So you see you got these locking tabs on there that slide down into slots in the top here, and you twist and lock it in place. Pretty straightforward. Works the same way on the other end at the top of the collator. Now with that being said, with this dropper tube, if you wanted to use the micro switch like on the Mr. Bullet feeder, you can cut this wire, and you can wire terminals on the end of that wire. There's 2 wires in here, and you can hook it up to a micro switch, or you could simply delete all this, and you could use a Mr. Bullet feeder dropper tube. You just have to figure out your spring adapter and your wire, of course. And if you're building this yourself, you could do that in your wiring plan whenever you make the control box. So speaking of the control box, we'll look at that before we go up the collator. You've got a control box here. You've got your power coming out of it, your proximity sensor, and then the motor power, of course, going up to the collator. So you just have an on-off switch and a variable speed. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and show you guys how it works with these 30 caliber bullets. I'm going to turn it on kind of slow so I have time to get the camera set up. Alright, I've got a mirror up here, so we're just going to watch in the mirror. I know it's kind of dark. And that wasn't at full speed, that was, I don't know, a little over half. And so you can see the way it's working. He's actually got 2 flip ramps. He's got one, let me get the camera. He's got one here, and then he has one on the nose plate. So you guys who are familiar with the Mr. Bullet feeder, I'm going to go ahead and slide this out so you can look at it. So this is how he has gotten around the long bullet issue. It's very clever. Nose falls off in here, and it's got a very steep ramp, which will help get that long bullet vertical. And then the second ramp ensures that it continues to lift, getting vertical to go down the drop tube. Anyway, so I want to show you guys that collator. I've been using it for, I don't know, 10,000 rounds, maybe more so far, and I have really enjoyed it. You can have Jeff print you one, or probably anybody who has a 3D printer and has the assembly skills to assemble one. I will put his email on this post somewhere. But yeah, I just want to show you guys that and share that with everyone. Thanks for watching.